Include your audio, my friend. Welcome everyone to the Collective Summer Cup. Today we have a fantastic matchup for you in round one. We have Pharaoh and Noxious. We are only waiting on one more player, and then we will get into the game proper. This is Diamondback coming at you again. With me, as always, is Builds. Builds, how you doing today, my man?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
I am fantastic, and we have a full party already. Incredible. We are setting collective records already by being the first game that's going to start essentially on time. So let's go ahead and get this thing started, and we are going to start it all up now. So first, we will have Pharaoh on defense, and Noxious will be attempting to break that gridlock. So first, we have the map ban section. Builds, what do you think we're going to see out of these two teams on Consulate?
Well, this map has a lot to do with vertical play, whether you're going that is lobby downstairs or even upstairs. You can play this map so vertically, so I'm not going to be surprised if we see some vertical bans here. Maybe a Buck, maybe a Pulse, possibly a
and Blackbeard.
Valkyrie.
Blackbeard coming out, why not? A Valkyrie would be a strong ban here too. I like the Blackbeard ban right off the rip because of that strong window play and vertical play, like you mentioned. Blackbeard, just an overall strong operator.
I agree. Ooh, a Blitz. I don't know if I really agree with that, but
yeah, it seems like they could have been better off banning a Montaigne, but you never know. Like, that could have some significance for him. There's a natural ban right here. An Echo off the board. Strong, solid, smart ban.
yeah, I would agree. Especially in those last 15 to 30 second time, when time's left that much time, you know, he is so strong with, you know, denying plan and stuff like that.
Definitely, and we do have a Legion ban coming out as well, so that's a pretty strong start as we will get started into map number one, round number one. This is a best of one today, so the winner of this will move on to face, I don't have the bracket right in front of me, so I'm not sure exactly who they are going to be facing, but what we know, the winner will move on. Something that jumps out to me right here, Builds, we have a gridlock being picked up by Miguel of Noxious right off the bat. What do you make of this?
Gridlock also a very strong operator with denying the flanks, but I'm also noticing that they don't have a hard breacher. They brought the Thatcher hard breacher.
Brought the Thatcher, no hard breach, and they did 6-pick away from that gridlock into that Nomad. So a little bit of a unique setup going to come out here, wouldn't you say?
Yo, can you hear me? My mic's kind of getting weird right now.
I can. I got you loud and clear. So what we have right now is we're going to have a little bit of a second floor defense coming out on Consulate. We're going to have that big wall next to lawn desk being loaded down. We do have the castle, kind of a very basic defender setup here. We do have, looks like a little bit of chip damage onto Cold Zero as we are going to start the first attack. Now, what sticks out to me right here is Noxious did choose to bring out the Lion. Now, Lion is, if you've never played Rainbow Six Siege before, you won't understand why this is so controversial. But Lion is probably the most hated operator, and I would contend most secretly loved, because you love to use him. You love when he's on your team because it's essentially free kills at some point, but everyone hates playing against him.
Yeah, I would completely agree. But also, since his nerf, I mean, it makes it a lot easier to, especially with the vigil buff against him. Okay, so we don't see a vigil on the defensive side, but his nerf with vigil's buff, you know, there's so many ways to counter him at this point that although yes, a strong operator, if you move,
And we will have the first frag come out as Lucid will take out Set. That Thatcher getting in there, moving up across the yellow stairs. We already have a little bit of that wall. It's like some wall shot out. We are seeing some Thatcher grenades come in. There is no ADS, and we'll see if Lucid decides to pressure the smoke on the yellow stairs. We are hearing a Twitch drone Taze come out, so Cold Zero is going to be softened up a little bit. And here it comes. Here's that Lion. No push just yet. Sobek will take out Crifty. Vinx will take out Amon. And it looks like that for now, the Lion scan ended up in just a trade. We do have a lot of chip damage off onto the Capitao and Lion, but Lucid will take out Cold Zero on those stairs. So the Capitao will go down too, and we still have Vinx sitting there on the Lion on the drone. We have Miguel on the Nomad for the runouts. Lucid is going to come in with Sobek. That's a triple kill for Lucid. He's having a heck of a first round, and Lucid's going to take out Raw, and that is going to be the end of the first round right there. A nice play from Lucid on those yellow stairs to clear out a lot of that roam presence and some good shots coming out. Now, how can Pharaoh bring this back? Because that kind of looked like a little bit of a tentative defense, Bills, wouldn't you say? And I'm not sure I can hear builds right now, so I'm just going to go into it. We will have Cold Zero bringing out the castle. We will have the mute and the smoke coming out, so a lot of those shotguns out here. We will have the Valkyrie again coming. We will have the Valkyrie coming out for Pharaoh, and that's going to be about the only changes on the defensive side, as we will see a 6-pick off of the glass from Miguel onto the Nomad yet again. So it really seems like Noxious is trying to play a lot with that Nomad. They are going to try to deny the runouts now. Claymores are back, so a Nomad might be a tad bit of an overkill if you have good Claymore placement, but ultimately you can't go wrong with it. You know, like Nomad's just a solid operator anywhere. You either have that 40-round AK variant, or you have the ARX, which is just a very, very strong gun in general. Deployable shields also back in, as Amon is showing you, placing that next to long desk. We will have the mute jammer. And something that kind of went unsaid during that round was the strong droning out of Noxious. They really played that well with their drones, so that the mute may be a reaction, as it does look like Miguel is going to save his drone. We are getting 5 seconds per lead, and just another castle barricade going down from Cold Zero. Just really, really basic stuff coming out here. Patient hole going to be made in the private bathroom. Let's jump on board with Lucid if you can find him, the owner of that 4K. We're going to pull up the scoreboard here. Check this out. So Sobek, the only player with a kill on Pharaoh, and I am Lucid, definitely coming out really, really strong in that opening match on the Thatcher. He has been promoted to Buck to give him a little bit more fragging power. We are going to see a console defense coming out first, or out second, Netra playing with this Capitao on the window, going to be repelling in, and this is a little bit of a rush coming out here. But it is shut down. Cold Zero will kick down Vinx, and Netra is down, and it looks like the early aggression from Noxious not really paying off, as the diffuser is locked in the consulate office with only Crypty with a kill onto Raw. And man, the defenders are set up in a huge advantage now, as Noxious has a mountain to scale ahead of them with 2 minutes left in the match. The defenders can just lock down. They have the mute jammers, they have the Valkyrie cams. They can get a little bit aggressive here, but if they just steal down on that objective with the diffuser down in the consulate office so early, it's looking like they're going to be able to take their first round of the Summer Cup.
Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking that may have been a couple of fat fingers there, because there wasn't any droning inside of the objective, but maybe he was actually trying to go for that.
Maybe. This definitely could have been a little bit of panic come out. The ADS will take out that air jab from Miguel. He's going to try and burn it and burn out that player behind the deployable shield. Not really sure if there's anyone there. In all actuality, we'll see Cold Zero playing that on top of the yellow stairs of the castle. The Buck will swing in, and Cold Zero just looks away for a split second, and Lucid will get the kill. He's got a double kill going for the triple. He's having an incredible start to this match. 6 kills to his name so far, and the attack looks to have brought this back. Miguel will take out Set, and Miguel will finish it off. And facing a monstrous uphill battle, Noxious are going to bring it back with their diffuser down in Pharaoh's consulate office. Man, And you gotta believe that one has to sting for Pharaoh.
I would agree there. I mean, you had diffuser in the objective, but what can you do, man?
I mean, sometimes you do just get outgunned, in the immortal words of, the immortal words, the baseball player that I can't remember. They don't think it be like it is, but it do. If anyone can name that guy, he's really old, from like the 60s or something, but ping it in the chat. We do have the Glass coming out, so more of the same from Noxious as, man, it's just a solid attack and a way to keep their composure and bring that 3v4 with the diffuser down in objective back. We will see the 6 pick for Pharaoh off of the pulse onto the smoke. It's just some kind of basic stuff that you see every day. The big switch we will have here is the Vigil. And the other thing I want to point out is that we are going to have a Doc instead of a Maestro. I'm not sure, this would not have been what I would have done, but there's a reason why I'm casting and not playing. Pharaoh probably has a reason themselves. They do have a lot of fragging power on the board with this Vigil, this Doc, the Smoke, the Jaeger. So maybe it's a scenario where they're just like, okay, we're just going to wing out a bunch of primary guns and get after them. But again, I still would have liked to see that Maestro, especially with the Echo band on this map.
Yes, I would agree. I mean, you have to have something to deny the plant other than your smoke, because as soon as he goes down, what can you do against a plant denial right behind white band? So, I mean, it would have been nice to see, but
yeah, it definitely would have been, but the Jaeger will be able to help. The Mute does have a C4, and it's looking like it's going to be a quick breach. And there's no breach denial, there's no bandit, there's no nothing. This defensive setup may be a little bit questionable for Pharaoh, but we'll see how it all works out, as it can still work. I mean, this is Rainbow Six Siege. The game is not played in the pick and ban phase. It's not played in the operator selection phase, and it's looking like Noxious just don't have that information that there is no breach denial. There is a Mute there. They will be taking out some of the Mute jammers, but ultimately those are pretty easy. You can't really trick with those. This seems like a scenario where you would want to get this wall open as fast as possible. Here it goes. Crypty is going to take out that left side of the wall and go for the headshot, and he will tap Cold Zero's brains into the next dimension. Miguel with the shot on the set, and Crypty going for the light up on the rest of the wall. Miguel just banging away on the upside down rappel. This is an amazing setup for Noxious. They're looking very strong, and Miguel takes out Ra, the Egyptian god of death, sent to the netherworld of crossing the river Styx. And this round is all Noxious so far, as Amron will take out Lucid back. The plant will be going down from Crypty, and we are in a retake scenario with just the Jaeger from Sobek and Amon on the Vigil alive. This one builds, it's not looking good for Pharaoh.
oh, it's not at all. They weren't able to win the first 2 rounds, and they can clutch this one up. I believe that they can.
It's a tall order, though. There's so many firebolts, there's so many smokes. Have the Vigil on Rappel, and Crypty is going to take out Amon. And this one's looking like it's all but over, and Netra will get the final frag onto Sopek. And it is a quick 3-0, as that the outer garage wall went up within a single minute. The plant went down with 1.5 minutes to go. Noxious making quick work of Pharaoh so far on this consulate gameplay. We will head back up to the console office meeting room, and I think that's the right play for Pharaoh. What do you think, Builds?
I'm thinking that it is too. I mean, I feel like the first round they did a lot better up there. I do think though that they have to hold down Yellow Stairs a little better than they have been. They need to waste a little more time there, as what is it? Who's attacking again? Is it Noxious?
Noxious is on the attack.
Yeah. They're taking Yellow Stairs pretty hard, and it's kind of messing with Pharaoh. So
I'd agree. And a strategy that we've seen out of a lot of the top tier teams in the collective in the past has been to play an Ella on the Yellow Stairs with the FO12. Putting your smoke and your Mute there is putting a lot of utility in danger, because you have the smoke grenades, which are always so solid at denying plants, and the Mute is a C4. Now, the Ella, once you put all that utility down, you can just go out and frag. I think that might have been like the better choice. I don't know if it's the better choice, but right now it seems like putting operators with utility on the yellow stairs over there by the consulate office, it's not working out too well. Something has to change here in this.
Yeah, I would agree. They're getting control of the west side windows, and then holding rotate. Nobody can rotate in and out of the console office, and it's basically over from there. So they're gonna have to do something to stop the yellow stairs push, and that side of the map push.
They're missing the early frags too. I think in every round, Noxious has gotten the opening frag. They're gonna need to take someone off the board, as Lucid is just losing his absolute mind. He's going crazy over here, man. He's frag happy. I don't think he had a kill last round. He's kind of losing it right there. He did not, as he is still 6-2-1. That's still a very staggering stat. Miguel 4-0-0. Crypty 3-1-1. And man, that stat line is just kind of telling. Lucid is just going insane on this buck, and he went insane on the Thatcher first round, got promoted. We'll see the player through the pings, but that smoke is still safely tucked into that corner of Consulate. We might see, oh, and here comes the fire bolts, here come the frags. It looks like Seth is going to live. Somehow, that's both firebolts from the Apatow down at least one frag. We'll see if he can survive a lot more security thrown out. But so far, this is a huge win from Pharaoh, as they are just eating utility in the console office. That's a huge amount down. I mean, those Capital Firebolts, as you said earlier, so great for holding rotates. And the buck frags so necessary to kind of peel some of those players out of entrenched spots. And this is going to be a power position from the smoke. From now on, Miguel will get the frag onto the Bandit. However, that's an MP7 off the board for Pharaoh. Pretty solid gun. But, man, I got to say, right now, this is looking a lot better for Pharaoh than the past 3 rounds have. Quick drone work coming out as there is a push in. Lucid is going to get bloodthirsty again with his 7th kill in 4 rounds, pushing into the connector, into the site. Crypty takes out Amon, and Lucid is here. Netro will get a kill. Rob will take out Lucid from his corner, but man, it's not looking good as he's in a 1v4, and Crypty will take him down. And right now, it's all Noxious.
Oh yeah, I would agree. Pharaoh has to do something to stop this push from that side of the console office side. But that time we did see someone push onto long desk. So, a different kind of push coming out here from Noxious, but still, Pharaoh has to figure out something to stop this.
I agree, and we're going to lobby press, so maybe the key is just to cog it out. Get the Doc out there, get the Rook out there, and we will finally see the Ella that we talked about a little bit earlier coming out for Rob. But man, this lineup of Thermite, Thatcher, Buck, Glass, Capitow is just working so well for Noxious. And as soon as I say that, it's going to 6-pick off into a Jackal. Of course.
But this setup from the attacking side is also going to be very good for especially attacking this site. Especially if you get open the front door, you can immediately, fire off rotates from bathroom side and also get behind circle desk. It's a very good setup for attacking this site.
I'd agree, and with Jackal, you get smokes as opposed to the Buck, which just has the frags. Kind of, maybe a little bit of overkill, but if you're going for a quick plant push into the main lobby, you can't ever have, enough smokes. You could probably get, you can place a smoke about here, and then a smoke here, and you can be planting anywhere, and the Legion has been banned. So there's no plant denial in that aspect. So I'm not really sure what is possible for this defense if those smokes do come out into the lobby. We will see a little bit of a sneaky drone from Netra as the attack will just play it a little bit slow, push a little bit forward. They do have the glass, and we are seeing a couple of peoples come out. Let's jump on board with Cold Zero on the dock as he will try to slow this advance even more with some peeks to the outside of the map. The beautiful black ice on the MP5 coming in, the classic Doc main setup from all those memes that we know and love. And we are seeing a little bit of a peak, no real action just as of yet. Some chip damage as Vinx will go down, Cold Zero with the nice frag. He still has 3 stims. He's perfectly fine to hang out in this position. His bulletproof is down, watching the front. We do have the castle peeking out to the front as well. And it's a pretty good stalling tactic from Pharaoh so far, and maybe this is the change that they needed. They need to figure out something. They're down 4-0. Lucid is going to try and clear some of those roamers out of the top. C7E coming out. My personal favorite gun in the game, the C7E, and probably my favorite operator, Jackal, because I'm not that great, and I like to abuse broken things. So Crypty will still move in. Got the drone on the player at the hatch above lobby, and we are seeing the push it in. Here comes Lucid. And you know what? It's danger zone for all of these operators of Pharaoh upstairs because the top fragger is here. Crypty will go down to Sobak, and Pharaoh having a little bit of an easier time of it this time as the Glass will go down too. Sobek has a double kill. He's playing excellent this round, and this might have been just what the doctor ordered. This lobby press hold. Set is going to take out Netra, and Lucid is the last alive. A good frag on the Sobek, but right now, Builds, it's not looking too great as it looks like Pharaoh are finally going to take their first round in the Summer Cup.
I don't know, man. Yeah, the top fragger is still alive, so we don't know. But, you know, it does look like it's going to go in Pharaoh's favor this time.
He is taking out some of those cams, pushing yellow stairs. Will see the LA, does get down to about 50 or 60 HP. Some shots coming in towards the bottom of yellow stairs, but with 30 seconds, without the diffuser in hand, this is looking not great for him. He's going to be peeking through the hatch. There's a couple of peek holes there for him. He can probably get some cheeky frags. We will see impact grenades come out at the ceiling. And at this point, this is just death by 1,000 paper cuts. It looks like the death gods of the Egyptian death gods of Pharaoh are finally going to take their first round. So Cold Zero creep through. 11 seconds left, and Set will finally send Lucid to the underworld. And a nice way, they just stopped the bleeding that round. With good kills, good fragging, good setups, good slowdown, good everything out from Pharaoh.
Yeah, the early pick coming out from Pharaoh with the Doc getting the kill onto whoever was outside. It really messed with the attackers' heads and how they were going to push the site.
I agree, and with it was the Thatcher that they killed, and with the Thatcher off the board, you can't disable that bulletproof camera at the front of lobby, so it gets to be a little bit harder to push in. It gets a little bit hard to kind of split push it both times to where you can like maybe bait out some pressure from the hatches above, and then have Lucid on the Jackal and Miguel on the Glass push in. We will see a 6-pick off of the Montaigne onto the Thatcher, and then we will see a Frost come out, so a few more traps coming out as we will head back to console meeting. And I've got to say, this may be the one time I disagree with people not picking lobby press. I mean, in the immortal words of my dad, who's the most Texan person alive, if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. And in the other immortal words, you dance with the one who brung you. The long story short is, you do what works. And so far, this defense on this site has not been what works for Pharaoh. But it's a new round. We'll see if they can hold it down. We do see a couple of changes coming up. Frost may be able to stave off some of that early window aggression. Did get a nerf to some of her traps. Down, their HP is down, far easier to shoot as you're swinging in and entering. But Builds, what do you like about this setup? What do you like about this defensive site?
Upstairs, in my opinion, is the best site on this map to hold. It is my favorite. I mean, there's so many windows that you can run out from, you know, that you can play this so aggressively as a defender, and I think that's what Pharaoh needs to do, because the only way they're going to be able to win this is if they get those early picks, and they need to play it aggressively. Now, we will see the Frost coming out, so he'll be playing Bathroom most likely, and if he does that, he's going to stop the Buck from rappelling up there and maybe jumping in.
And speaking of that aggression, it does look like Raw is set up for those runouts, so a good call there. And I agree. They just have to little bit more aggressive. I know they're down 3 rounds, but man, something's got to change as we will see Noxious already into administration, pushing into copy with drones coming in from Crypty. This is a solid attack, and Noxious so far really look like they know what they're doing on Consulate. Vinx will move into the first round. If I mispronounce that, I am sorry. I apologize, Noxious. But we will see Ra coming out, and man, when you don't get aggressive on those runouts from this garage, I mean, I'm not really sure you're getting the best use out of that. As Cold Zero will go down. That's the Frost. The utility all placed. Lucid with just another frag onto Amon, and that's your mute down. We really need that Vigil to come up, and here he will finally come up the yellow stairs. He's trying to get some pressure up the spiral. Lucid will come out. He's still looking for those frags, still frag hungry. Netro with the frag and a Cold Zero finally taking out that Frost. Raw gets the kill on the Lucid, and there's that Vigil play we needed. And out of Pharaoh to finally maybe turn this thing around, and he will get the frag on the Crypty. A nice roam from Raw as he will push up spiral, looking long desk, cutting off this angle. As Netra is just going to lay down on the right trigger, but he will get killed anyways from Ra. And it's looking like Ra is going to go for another, and he's got a quad. Could he possibly push for the ace? He's full health into the glass. Will jump on board with Miguel as he tries to stop Ra from getting the ace. He is going to be stuck inside of Copy. He's got 3 members of Pharaoh all around him. It does look like that Sobek is down. So a 1v2 scenario. Pushing into long desk, some shots on the long desk coming out. He will rappel back out onto Copy. Some shots from Rock, just barely missing him. But with 33 seconds on the round builds, it's not looking good.
No, hopefully though we can see an ace coming out. I think that would be pretty cool to watch. But at the same time, it is a glass, so we don't know exactly how this is gonna work out for Noxious. I can't pronounce words today. But we will see the Vigil still on the top. Alright, he won't get the ace. Well, he still won the round.
Unfortunate. Thefted. But you did get the round, and that's a solid performance. And Pharaoh, I mean, you said maybe this was the wrong decision. Looking like the right one right about now. Looking like they really have figured out this aggression coming out, and that is the half. That's still a half win for Noxious. But now we get to see what Pharaoh can do on attack, and right now they have all the momentum, and it's looking like the answer is going to be a Montaigne. We will see the Maestro come out from Miguel as we are going console meeting. What do you make of this? What do you make of this attack lineup with a Dokkaebi and a Hibana coming out? Well, 6-pick onto a Jackal, so
yeah, 6-pick onto the Jackal.
What do you make of it?
Well, I mean, there's going to be nobody to really help the Hibana here. Maybe, for example, a Twitch nor a Thatcher to if there were bandits and or mutes. Even a Thatcher is even good for, you know, Jaegers. Anything that is like electronic, he really helps with. But we won't see that coming out. We'll actually see an Ash, which, you know, actually is very fun to play. I mean, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And just a standard consulate defense coming out. You got the smoke, you got the Jaeger, kind of the castle operators that are kind of like omnipresent, I would say, on this map with their abilities to just lock down certain areas. Some normal stuff coming out from Crypty. Let's take a look at the scoreboard as we are seeing Lucid with just a massive 10 bomb in 6 rounds. But what I do want to point out as well is Crypty, the IGL of Noxious, coming out at a 5-2-3 despite playing Thermite for 6 rounds. That's, I mean, the Thermite's gun is maybe a bit underrated, but that's still a really solid. You got your hard support players fragging out, you know you're having a good game. Sobek is sitting at 4-3-5. He is the top fragger for Pharaoh. Looks like Ra is at 5-0-4 with the most kills on the team. And man, I don't know what they're going to need to turn it around, but this is going to be a tough task into this Maestros. It does look like they will play the Maestro in the corner of console and see where we go from here. The one big thing that we should highlight, though, is the Montaigne coming out from set. If they can get him into a position where he can just cover off of that terrace builds, he's going to be really hard to yoink out of that position or even pushing up Spiral.
It looks like he's going to be pushing up the white stairs towards administration and the A-bomb site, or is that B? A-bomb site, I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's Visa, yeah.
Well, he's in Visa, but he's going to be pushing up white stairs towards one of the bomb sites. Now, that stairs control is actually very important, especially if you want to, if you get control of balcony. And you can very easily plant right there.
I have you covered. Stay close.
Definitely. And it's going to be all about getting this Montaigne into the correct position. We're going to see some intense jockeying for position, as we will see. Who was that? That was Vinx moving off in the bathroom. Netra's here. Crypty's here. It was the Smoke and Lucid, who is going to be looking right at this castle barricade, just moving and getting ready for that Montaigne. And as the Ash Charge will come out, the gas grenade will go out. A little bit of a spin from Lucid as he will try to slow the push, and Netra will take out Amon. That's your Nomad off the board. A little bit of chip damage coming out onto the Ash, but the Montaigne's still alive with one gas grenade down, full health for Set still. And the battle between the Smoke and the Montaigne is going to be so crucial right here, as the Ash will go down. Crypty securing that frag. No idea who downed him, but Crypty is just going to run into the gigantic unkillable drone right here, but Lucid will come over and hit him, and Netra will get a kill as well. And Lucid just slipped right through the attack and shot the Montaigne in the back. A really good defense round coming out from Noxious, as Lucid will attempt to finish it off. The Hibana on 1 HP from Sobek, the final player, the Bearing 9 shot. Not gonna land. Type 89 being reloaded. Gas grenades going off everywhere. The Toxic Babes, the entire team of Noxious is gonna be just pushing into Visa, and Vinx will finally shut it down. And a flawless round out of the first defense for Noxious, who look like they have regained their first round form. A solid defense coming out right there.
Oh yes, the Smoke playing on the long desk and in between the site. It really helped, especially him playing the castle barricade and slowing them down from that push, and then the kill coming out onto the Monty from him. It was very great play by the Smoke there.
I'd agree. Lucid with just solid play so far on, you know, Smoke, Buck, Thatcher, whatever he's asked to do. And it looks like that Pharaoh are going to abandon the Montaigne strat unless they 6-pick into it, opting to bring an IQ this time and a Finka, so we could be seeing a Finka rush. Maybe they try and fool them with a 6-pick off of it, or a fake 6-pick into the same operator. But we are seeing a cafeteria garage push, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised that we don't see a thermite.
Yes, I would agree. I would have, knowing that they can't go upstairs anymore, you know that they're most likely going to go downstairs, and you want to bring something that can break a very big hole into that garage, so you usually would bring a thermite. But Hibana does also work with her.
Hibana works as well. You do have some frags from the Finka, and also the other, I don't think they're going to be going for this garage wall take. Man, because they don't have a thermite, they don't have any smokes. Maybe a push back through Visa and down Spiral kind of jointly is in order. We'll see what comes out, but so far, not set up too well for a play onto that garage wall. We will see Vinx just bandit that off just to be safe. There is a Thatcher, so the pre-placed bandit charges could all go up in, you know, a split second. But we'll see how that utility is put into use, as utility will be the name of the game, especially, in my opinion, the frag grenades coming out from the Finka of Amon. Just, they're going to have to be super useful here. They're going to have to clear out a lot of utility, as will the Ash charges, as there's going to be just so much stuff on the ground, so much barbs, so many castle barricades, and the Maestro cams, especially those evil eyes, able to do so much damage, able to see through smoke, able to zap you, and, you know, they can't be killed unless they're actively trying to shoot you, unless you have, you know, Sledge or Zofia.
But also with the nerf to him where Thatcher and or Twitch can destroy his devices or open them up to be able to be shot. So, I mean, that could also be used from a Pharaoh side of the attacking side. So, you know.
Yeah, you're right. And we will see an opening frag come out from Vinx onto that Ash, and it's looking like he is looking for another, as there is a player very close to him. Will he see it? Will he hear? He will not, and it looks like he has been spotted out. The frag grenade coming out will miss its mark, but that is the sausage coming out, as we will see the sausage attempt to pressure. And oh man, this could be lethal if he gets this frag right here. He will take down the castle barricade. Will he juice and go in? Not just yet. The rush time isn't on as of yet, and he will go down to Netra, who is on the stairs. Cold Zero will get a frag back on the Crypty. Let's hop on board with Netra, as he will get taken out by Set. So we are in a 3v3 situation with the attackers downstairs. Lucid and Cold Zero trading frags. Lucid still alive, still gunning on this SMG-11. Set will take down Vinx. So we are in a 1v2 situation, and if anyone can clutch this out, though, it's going to be Lucid. So he'll push forward the SMG-11, missing some shots. The plant will go down as he will attempt to put some pressure onto this IQ in the hallway. That he is a little bit pinched right here. This is going to be a very, very tough situation. He does have 2 gas grenades to work with. He can breathe in through that gas. The M590 can still shoot very well, but Set is going to get the frag onto Lucid, and that's a solid attack from Pharaoh, kind of ignoring the garage wall until the very end of the round, and then pushing in with a lot of aggression onto those back V stairs and down spiral.
Well, one thing about that push that you can do is you now pinch them, and it forces them towards the garage wall, and then you open up the garage wall, and you can actually pinch people, and it works very well if it is executed correctly. I
agree. They kind of to use a term from like League of Legends or the eSports, kind of a split push type of thing, a delayed breach on the wall. And we will see a Mozzie come out from Lucid. That is definitely interesting, as there's going to be a lot of drone denial there. The Valkyrie will be 6-picked off onto the castle. We still are going to have Maestro come out. I really like the Maestro pick, especially on this side. The Doc coming out from Netra. Just a lot of fragging power, especially if that Mozzie does run. Maybe the Commando 9 is the best choice here. Commando 9 or P10 Roni for the lobby side. What do you think?
Ooh, I mean, the P10 Roni, I liked it better than the Commando, but the Commando does have more ammo, and that could definitely be used. So, you know,
it has a lot of range too.
You know,
a lot of range with the Commando 9, and the P10 Roni, how it functions is kind of like a pre-nerf SMG-11, in my opinion, based on like how it fires, and maybe partially because of the amount of ammo in the mag. It looks like Lucid will get out of that castle barricade there. But yes, I don't know what the best choice for this site is. I don't think Mozzie's been in competitive enough to really know for sure what's gonna be good, or which sites or what's gonna be the best gun. Everyone has their personal preferences. Crypty, very bold, very bold. Go ahead.
Yeah, just run straight up there. Yeah, just go. I'm also surprised to only see one ACOG though coming out from the defensive side here.
I'd agree. I think that's I think it's a little bit wild not to have that ACOG on the Maestro. The gun does buck a lot horizontally, but with tap firing, I mean, 81 bullets in the belt, I think there's a lot of damage that you can do there. And oh, Netra with the one tap on his Sobek, and he doesn't even react, the stone cold killer. As we will see Pharaoh push in behind, they do have that back corridor control, but what a shot coming out. He knew it. And as soon as he saw that pixel appear, it was just all over for Sobek. Cold Zero coming out from this position on the rappel. It does look like a little bit of a backside take coming out for Pharaoh here. We will see one playing the hatch. Let's see. That was more than likely the Jaeger of Miguel. No, it is the Lucid on the Mozzie, the absolute top fragger, who is sitting at 12 kills, 4 assists, and only 5 deaths. Just a solid game coming out from him, and he's going to have to play excellently to hold this site down, as this is a little bit difficult. We are seeing smoke grenades come out from the Jackal as that back wall is open up. Netra will get a kill, and it's not looking great. Ra will get a good instant frag kill, and Amon is going for the quick plant. The Mozzie upstairs has no idea. It's backwards of how it normally goes down with the quick plant. Lucid will get the kills, though. He does find him through the ceiling. We're coming down the back of Spiral, and it's all over. 50 will get the frag on Set. A nice recovery from Noxious, as they did lose control of that lobby site for just an entire split second before they were able to retake it very, very quickly from above. And Pharaoh's just got to clear out that above lobby hatch. They have to clear that out because the Mozzie has that secondary shotgun. really good at breaching those floors and taking out the operators trying to come in and plant the bomb below. And now we're on match point.
Another thing though that I noticed there is that they didn't break open the hatch from upstairs. They actually reinforced it, which is actually a very, very different because you can't drop down. I mean, it worked out either way, but I just found that to be very different.
It definitely is, because you'd normally expect the person covering lobby from the hatch to be playing there, but you're able to shotgun out that floor with the Mozzie. Mozzie has so many uses, and I do distinctly recall, like, some debates on how his usefulness in competitive play. I don't know, man. For the first time I touched him, I always thought, like, this guy is going to be able to be used by people who are much better at him than me. It takes a little bit long to set up and get all those drones in position, man. But if you can get him there, Commando 9 or the P10 Roni, both powerful guns. Secondary shotgun, C4. That's a great kit. That's a fantastic kit.
Yeah, he has the ability to not only deny drones, he has the ability to break open, like you said, floors and or walls. He has so much uses that it's crazy.
And we are going to see Miguel bringing out that FO12, that weapon that is so partially memed, but partially like loved and used, especially on the stair holds. It's just a meat grinder. Like you pop in and you see one of those staring you down, you're coming out with some scrapes. You're coming out with some bumps and bruises, or you're coming out dead. One of the two things is going to happen. You're not escaping unscathed.
No, it's a lot like you said with Lion. It's a hate-love relationship. You hate going against it, but you love using it.
Oh, I agree. Love to use it. Laugh every time I get a kill with it. When I get killed by it, though, it's broken. And that's the difference, really. If it happens to me, it's broken. If it happens to someone else, though, it's funny.
Oh yeah, no, I completely agree.
And there it is again. We move away from Miguel, and he will get the cheeky kill onto the IQ coming in through Visa, as we will see the Montaigne try and creep up and pressure him, and he will retreat up those backside stairs quickly with the kill on the Sobek, and it's 5v3, and it's looking like this is going to be the last round of this round 1 of the Summer Cup. Amon will get the kill on Miguel. That Montaigne playing so well, and Amon with another shot on a Crypty. What a shot from Amon on the Finca, playing with that PMM downstairs, and he might get another one through the hatch. It looks like it's going to get peeked again. Never mind, though, as he will move up following the Montaigne with that sausage shotgun. Another one of those kind of green-esque shotguns. A smoke grenade coming out from who I'm assuming is going to be Lucid. And yes, it is Lucid on that smoke, who has done a great job suppressing the pressure of the Montaigne throughout this game. His ability to get frags and use his utility well, man, he's the MVP of this game as of right now, for sure.
No, definitely with top fragging, and he's not. When attacking, yes, he was playing fragging role, but now he's playing smoke, and smoke is more of a support role. But still, he's going off with it.
That SMG-11's so hard to control on a controller, and he will get just a pixel peek onto the Jackal, and Netro look at the last 2 frags, and
that'll be the game.
Is it. Noxious, moving on. Pharaoh, excellent attempt. A really, really good try. A really good game. Just a couple of things going every which way. And we will see Lucid coming out. We're going to take a peek at this scoreboard. 10 kills coming out from Netra, who really snuck onto the leaderboard with a 2.0 kill to death. But man, Lucid, just a solid play. We are going to invite Netra to our party to talk about this game. So as soon as he gets in here, Builds, we'll have some questions for him. But still, what a fantastic way to start the first round of the Summer Cup. And it looks like Netra has joined the party. As soon as you include your audio, my man, we'll get going.
What's going on, guys? And the audio is...
How you doing today? What's up?
I'm doing great. I was just letting you know
Great,
that my
yeah.
audio was included, so...
Perfect. So... talk to me about this past game on Consulate. What did it take to beat a team like Pharaoh?
You know, honestly, we went into it a little bit cocky. you know, we haven't heard too much on that particular team, but they're a fun group of guys to go up against. But it took a lot of just practice just with our own team. You know, we're rebuilding our team currently, and it shows tonight that we are getting better, and it's only going to get better from here. So, but yeah, for them, it was really just winning our gunfights and droning them, and just playing as a team, working together, and that's really it.
So round 3. Y'all make a little bit of a mistake. You drop the diffuser in the consulate office. No walls breached. You're in a 3v4 situation.
Right.
What did y'all do to bring that back?
So, by the way, I accidentally clicked A on my paddle.
I called it.
And I
Called
yeah,
it. He called it.
Yeah, and I jumped in on accident. I was like, I'm in! I just freaked out. And I just started shooting at the Valkyrie. But, what that did for us was, like, I was able to give out, good call-outs. But, it was stupid little mistakes, coming, from Season 1 of the Collective and coming into, this. It's a little bit stressful because you want to do good and you want to impress, but you just have to remain calm, and you make mistakes, but we just try to turn it around. We just told ourselves, hey, like, let's regroup here, like, we know what we got to do to win, so let's do it. And so we implemented those things, and it showed throughout the rounds, and we won.
All right, you got anything for him, Builds?
Oh, I would just like to know how it's like to play with Lucid. I mean, he went off, especially in the first round with the 4K, the 3K, the 2K the next round.
Yeah, Lucid's he's insane, man. Like, you can't get a better, like, you just can't have a better teammate than Lucid and like Crypty and our new guys, and they're really awesome. But honestly, Lucid, he's insane. He clutches out the craziest things. Like, that time he was by himself downstairs in the garage, like, we were just like, stay quiet, and he's just like, I don't know what to do. and it's those random moments that you get out of Lucid, but he for some reason he can always come out on top, and he's just an amazing player to have, and such a good person in general. And then you have Crypty, he's insane as well. He's just such a good person, and he's so accurate, and he's very calm, and the other guys, they're great, and it's been a pleasure playing with these guys for in the collective in general.
All right. Anyone you want to shout out before we head on out?
Yeah, so I want to shout out the collective. Make sure you guys follow the collective, and shout out to you both for casting. Diamondback, I love you. You're amazing. And
Hearts.
Honestly, I want to shout out my team. NX eSports on Instagram. You can follow all of our social medias, but just keep up with us, guys. We're working hard to make you guys have some entertainment, and we're trying to do our best. But shout out to all the teams of the collective. We're looking forward to playing against you guys, and make sure, if you guys, like, I'm just not going to stress this enough, if you guys are not following the collective, like, eSports YouTube channel, Instagram, Twitch, what are you doing with your life? Like, come on, what are you doing? All right, like, you're not living.
Do it, or I'll get Builds to show up at your door. We'll do it.
Yeah.
He'll show up at
You
your
can show up at your door. We'll do it.
Yeah, I'll flash you my nipple. Like, no lie.
No,
all right, but
we're not doing that. Don't worry about that.
it's scary because it's hairy. I'm just letting you know, and that rhymes. But
It's all jokes over here. All right, y'all have a fantastic day. This is Diamondback and Builds signing off. Noxious winning. Moving on. Pharaoh, great job. Good game.
yeah, GG's.
GG's.